Good morning, everyone. My name is Peter Wu, the Managing Director of the Chinese Golfing Restaurant Group. The category we entered and won last year was, I say we because I believe it's very much of a team effort. It's the Business Person of the Year award. We're based in Bolton. We're a business Bolton business in Wigan, and we've got a couple more in the pipeline by the end of the year.
Hi, David Ramsden and Gaynor. We own and run the Best of Bolton, but also like this time last year, so that just came out automatically. This time last year, we actually own and still own Authorised Access Security Centre in Bury, and we won the Customer Excellence Awards. We've had that business for 22 years, and although we felt we did a great job in customer excellence, we've never actually opened any awards until last year, so I'll tell you a bit more when Nick asks us the questions.
Okay. The next question is the entry process. How difficult was it? Would you have any tips for people as you entered? And perhaps to give us an indication of how much of your resources did you have to commit to submitting your entry?
Yeah, sure, thanks, yeah. Well, I think as Lynn covered before, the entry process was very straightforward. It's literally downloading a form or filling it online and getting that submitted. But I think what I'd advise everyone to do is, although the entry process is fairly straightforward, is to give it a thought to what you do in terms of filling that in, because I think that's a reflection of all your hard work, all your team's hard work, and what you've done. So it's not a case of just filling it in, get it submitted and hope for the best, but really speak to your team, speak to them, ask them for their input, and so put that all down on paper, and obviously be as concise as you can. I mean, the judges don't want to be there all day reading, of course, the application for hours and hours, but so I think it's very much of be as concise as you can, get feedback from your staff, from your colleagues, and get everything submitted on paper and submitted. Really simple as that.
I think I agree entirely with that, and we possibly could be accused of rambling on a little bit in our application because it was quite lengthy, and we did that. We didn't ramble on deliberately, but we put in quite a sort of an in-depth application form by design, because we believe that when you actually look at what's being looked for, and you've got to look at everything in your business and use every opportunity to demonstrate that you do actually fulfil the criteria that the judges are looking for. And it's an opportunity really to look at your business, and even though you think you actually provide the service and already give the service, and sometimes in business you can drop into a bit of an apathy or a level of thinking, well, we do that, we're great at customer service, that's our big concentrated effort anyway, it's all about serving the customer. But when you actually look what a judge is looking for from a service that provides a company that provides great customer service, then you've got to see really how you do fit that category, how you do demonstrate that you do the things. And so I think it's worth actually looking at what you do and really sort of drilling down and thinking, right, how do we fit this? And use every opportunity to demonstrate it. Don't just skip over it. So I guess I agree, you don't want to be there for days reading an application form. I think it is important to make sure that you take everything out of your business to say, right, yes, these are the reasons we do these things. And it was mentioned earlier, training, for instance. You might think, well, what's training got to do with customer service? But it's guaranteeing that you actually fulfill the requirements of your customer, your clients. So you make sure that you've got the trained staff to do it, and you're not putting somebody in front of somebody who's not really qualified to do the job. So I think look at everything and really make sure that you do drag everything out of your business and your staff to make sure that you do fulfill the requirement.
Sorry, two things. David, your application was not rambling. It was a fantastic application.
Thank you.
I still remember it now. It was absolutely what David said. It was everything that you need. But just one point I made, and I'm going to blow David's trumpet here. What they did that really impressed us was one of their customers had a requirement that they mentioned in passing to them, and their business created a specific program to train the staff of that customer to help them, and that was one of the things that really set David and Gaynor's application ahead for us last year. That was just an example of you saying what is customer excellence. It includes that sort of thing, and David's in-depth analysis of their business was actually great for us to read as a sponsor. Sorry, Nick.
That's okay. I'm making a few comments. Okay, we get to that moment. It's all. If I had a drum roll, I'd do it to build up the excitement now. How did it feel when your name was there and the winner is? How did it feel?
Unbelievable, really. You obviously know that you're there because you're one of the finalists, but you never think it's going to happen to me or happen to us. And I think more so because maybe being a restaurant owner, if you like, or restaurant, you don't perceive it as a real business, or you don't really, people don't perceive it as a, compared to other sort of more maybe technology businesses or other business, professional business, you don't perceive it as a real business. So really to have your name announced and to have won that award, it was absolutely over the moon. And to this day, I don't even know why I'm standing here really, but it must have been doing something right. So it's a tremendous feeling, yeah, very much so, yes. Yes, tremendous feelings.
Yeah, I think
the winner is?
Yeah, the winner is, and my heart was going like that, I've got to say, because even though when you go there on the night and you're one of three, you've got your preconceived idea, and we thought, there was one other member of our one other participant in the three in our category, and she'd won quite a few things in the previous few months, and her name was all over the paper and on a regular basis. We're not going to get this, and we might get second, but we're not going to get this because it's going to go to this other person.
I think we convinced ourselves that we didn't want to get it as well.
Well, yeah, well, that's right.
We're all right. We don't get it.
Well, you know, we're here. We're one of the top three, so that's all right for us. We're happy with that. But when it actually gets to that bit, where, like you said, the drum roll and Dinox was sort of saying, and the winner is, you think, oh, come on, and obviously, yes, and then, well, it's us. You can't. But it really is quite a. It was quite an exciting moment, and then the sort of actually getting the award and the bits after that. Fantastic. It is a really good feeling, and we had all our staff there as well, so it was great for them to be part of that. So it was good.
Yeah, I think my tip based around the drum bowl and the winner is make sure that if you're in the top three, to make sure that you're sober enough to walk the straight line to pick up the award, because there's some quite tough steps to negotiate as well. And I think there was a winner there last year who struggled with that. So you then go on and you can have the drinks afterwards to celebrate or commiserate, and also to remember the judges, whether you want to thank them or hate them. That's the key for me, is the top three. To get into the top three brings all the publicity, and it's not just about the fact that it's your name in the paper. It's your name in the paper, two papers, one for each town. That is kind of endorsing you, that somebody externally with a lot of business experience is endorsing your business in the application. So and that's what I would set as the target. And when I've spoken to the winners of our category for the last 2 years, it's one of the things that they've said. They've echoed what you said. We were shocked. We never thought we had a chance. We were stunned when we made the top three. But the reality is that of the on average 10 entrants that we get, 4 or 5 of those will be in multiple categories. And it tends to be that unless you really do stand out in multiple categories, that the prizes are shared around a little bit. It is one of the things that we do look at. So you would have to be really outstanding to pick up more than one award, but it's worth going for. To just win one. Entering multiple categories allows you the chance to more bites of the cherry. But you guys, I know you entered and picked up, you were shortlisted a couple of things, weren't you? My next question then is, what's been the impact since? Has it all been worth it in terms of your business winning the award?
Okay. Well, I think there's a lot of positives that come with entering an award like this, and also to have won an award like this. The main one, or the one that's most obvious, is I mentioned before again, is the publicity that comes with entering this award, and especially getting into the final, or actually being lucky enough to win the award. I suppose the publicity surrounding that is fantastic, and that's obviously one of the main ones. But so the few of the other ones which perhaps people don't think about are, well, for me and my team, it was really a sort of sense of pride. We, as a company, and I say we again, because I think it's very much of a team effort to win that award. So you can actually almost see it after we've won the award. Everyone walks around and actually spring in a step. They walk out to work with a bigger smile on their face, and it sort of creates that sort of whole vibe in the company, in the restaurant, and the customers can feel that, and people feel proud of what we've done. So that was a big sort of side effect from winning the award. The other one, which perhaps is not obvious as well, is all the additional sort of business contacts or business relationships that have come from that award. Meaning a lot more people have sort of contacted me since the awards, and we've sort of built up business relationships there. So there are also many other things, positive, great things that come come from the awards, and they were just sort of three of the main ones for me anyway. I'd say for us as a business.
I think I can echo that entirely. Really, the PR side of it, as Lynn mentioned, it's not just one article saying you've won or whatever. It's the sort of build-up of these are the three finalists in each category across the Bolton News and the Bury Times. It's the event, the actual show guide, as it were, the program for the night. So that's something that a lot of people have. It gets distributed. You see it sitting around for months afterwards in people's offices and such like. And then the post awards accolade of actually being a winner. And so it goes on probably for about a month. So certainly three weeks or so, isn't it? It's quite an intense period of publicity, and it's surprising how many people see that, because then when you go to talk to people in the line of business, quite often at the time they say, "I see you're up for an award," or "I see you won an award," or whatever. It gets brought into the conversation, or if it doesn't get brought into the conversation, you can bring it into the conversation and say, "Oh, we recently won the Customer Excellence Award, Bolton Bay Business Awards," and they say, "Oh yeah, I heard something about that." Or it is something that you can really use and use fantastically as a PR tool. And from a networking point of view, as Peter said, you go on to sort of do business. We've done business together since, and perhaps we would never have met had we not both been on those same awards ceremonies. So it's to be used. It's something that's there. Don't just take it lightly and as it's an award or whatever. It's something that can be used and is to be used, and really sort of it raises your profile massively within the Bolton Bury area. So yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. Before the guys sit down, in the last 3 or 4 minutes, let me ask you guys, have you got any questions, either of previous winners or of the judges or the organiser? Steve?
Briefly, yeah. Can you just say who won the SME award last year and why?
Yes, it was Maytree Business Travel. I now see their buses everywhere I go. See them, and they won based on the growth that they'd had. And I went back, and when I did the interview from the beginnings of how they'd started the business, Gary was just an ordinary guy doing an ordinary job and wanted to start a business because he believed he could do it better. So he had this vision and he'd set about achieving it. And also the feel as you walk around the building. He said everybody will say this, but all my team love working here. And I walked through the building and everybody was good morning, everybody looked happy, and you just got the feel from that without being prompted by him. So it was a fantastic business again.
Could I just add something to that again? Nick then said you see Maytree's buses everywhere, and I'm sure they were there before, but I see them everywhere as well now, and I think that's one of the advantages of being part of this sort of process. You're on people's radar, even if haven't been specifically spoken about or been introduced to somebody. All of a sudden, your profile's been raised to a point where people are thinking about you somewhere. It's in there, and when they do see you, it's more prominent. It's you're there and more recognisable. It's another added value.